Hey everybody, another episode of A Day in the Shop, again with Howard Zane and Al Pugliese. And how you doing back there, Howard?
I'm doing just fine.
And I saw some of y'all at the York TCA train show and posted a few videos on the show, and saw Steve Riley, Mr. Muffin, and a bunch of other people. Thanks for your support and watching me. So it's been a while since we did A Day in the Shop. So Howard has been incredibly busy on some incredible HO builds. I've been working on an O-scale Victorian house, which is going to be on an upcoming episode. But Howard has been really at work on these incredible HO scale specimens. Let me show them to you. Hey, Howard, we're back from packing up, so all the structures are on their way to California.
I'm a little fried. That was a year and a half of building O-scale buildings.
Yeah.
We have 29 buildings. We
Yeah.
said that. I hope it gets there right.
And what was interesting is your living room and your family room, then the rooms here, with the buildings gone, actually we can see the rooms now. They were packed with structures.
Yeah, well, we'll probably fill it again.
Well, hopefully.
Except I'm got a little fried on O-scale for a while. I'm going to do some HO structures.
Yes.
I will help you because you're my student and my disciple. So we will build O-scale together.
Yes,
But
and
myself,
HO.
I told our client on the West Coast, I'm not going to do any more O-scale for a long, long time.
Right.
Maybe forever. However, I'm an HO scaler, even though I've been building O-scale.
Right, but I'll do it with
You
your...
do it with my help, that's fine.
Yes, and that's what we've been doing.
That's what we've been training you to build O-scale structures.
Yes.
And you've done a hell of a good job.
Well, thanks. Well, I'm going to be building some HO too. I need to switch gears back to my HO layout shortly.
Of course, you realize what you're doing is almost impossible to switch from scale to scale. I sure hope it works. I don't actually, Alex's grandfather did that. He went from he had several scales,
Right.
But it was all in one layout.
Right.
The upper level was N scale, then HO, then J scale, then O scale, then G scale.
I think the reason it's going to work for me is I'm bipolar with it, and two, I'm almost done with the HO one. I'm really far along with it, so there's not much more I need to do to the HO.
You have your Viaducts.
Yeah. So I'll be doing some HO stuff too. So let's get to talking. Let's go over to this incredible...
Well, that one here is built on speculation. This is something, I built something similar to this for a client, about 15, 20 years ago. It's an actual hotel. Not this one, but there's one that was similar. It was called the Hotel Sperrier. And I didn't really like the design, even though I built the model. So this is the way I think it should look. Or should have
Man, this is one of the most beautiful HO pieces.
What's interesting, I used the old-fashioned Vollmer brick cardboard. And the way you hide the edges, as you can see, there's two ways you can hide the edges on cardboard. You can chamfer it or angle it down so it meets perfectly. That's scanning each butting edge to a 45-degree angle, which is very, very difficult. Or you could use what I did here, make coins.
Right.
And the coins are the little stones on the it's called coining, actually.
Yep.
On the edges of the brick where they meet.
This is about 20 by 20 inches, HO scale, and it is breathtaking. And I don't have a place... on my HO layout, I tear down buildings and move buildings. Like in real life, you tear down buildings and improve things. And even if I tear buildings down, something like this needs to be seen on all four sides.
This is true.
And on my layout...
Or you could use a mirror.
Right.
Wall. That works.
My problem is, no matter where I go on my HO layout, I'd only see two sides of it. And you got to be able to see three or four sides.
You've been in my layout. I have a lot of mirrors down there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of illusion.
Yeah, the mirrors might work very well.
They work very well.
But this thing is
The key to using a mirror on a layout, you don't want to see your own reflection. So you have to put it in where you can't see your reflection.
Wow. This is just amazing. Howard, you've painted...
Well, listen, this again is for sale. This is something I just had to do.
Yes.
I found the old photographs of the original, and I said, "Wow, I could do better." So in my eyes, I think I improved the design the way it should look.
Yeah, and this would be a local pickup.
due to the fragility of it?
Actually, it's built like a tank. That could be shipped.
You think?
We can ship any structure. We'd rather not,
Right.
because there's always a gamble, and it's not so much the insurance collection or the client being paid by the insurance company. It's our art being destroyed.
Yeah.
And I can't deal with that. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: I will not deal with it.
And this is going to sell for, what did you?
That's $2,500.
Yeah. This is magnificent.
Well, I don't know if it'll sell for $2,500, but if somebody wants to offer me $2,000, it's not for sale.
Right.
The call with $25 is for sale.
Yeah. It's spectacular. And then, while I was again building an O-scale Victorian house, as a matter of fact, I'll show you a little drawing. It's actually.
Now, you're aware that if I get $2,500 for this, I'm still making about $20 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of time involved in this. And then let's go over to this one for a client. This one's already.
These two are sold. This is a special order for Air Force pilot / airline captain.
Yes, and he's got about 29 of your structures.
He's got something like around 30, I think.
Yeah, and this is an HO.
This is the one he wanted. This is angle bay SO.
Mm-hmm. Now we built a angled bay Texaco,
right?
But it doesn't have to be a Texaco.
No, it could be anything.
It can be anything. It can be a Shell. It can be a Sinclair. It can be anything. So this is a nice little HO one, and this sits on a diorama of about what, 12 by 12 inches.
About that.
Yeah, nice. And we can build you some. If you decide you'd like a HO gas station, go to my channel, go to the playlist. Then when you go to the playlist, go to Howard Zane Customs or go to my apprenticeship with Howard Zane, and you can see all of the different gas stations in O scale, and these can be made for you in HO scale. So
this was the time when gas was 29 cents a gallon.
Yeah, and there was an SO.
Bring those times back.
Let me pause this and show you the final one. Now, a couple weeks back, folks, Howard did some sketches, and these are rough sketches that Howard did. And he can build any one of these complexes in HO scale or O scale.
I still can build it O, except I'm a little burned out in O. So.
Right. So we could do these in HO or O. We do these, we could do these together for you. And this one here turned into this one here, which is sold. But just because this one is sold doesn't mean...
Oh, we can build it again.
Build it again, yeah.
When we say build it again, we'll build maybe a 90% copy of this, but
right.
We can't build two things identical.
Right. It'd be close, but that's the beauty of it. Every one looks a little different.
Might change a color or change a window or something like that.
It makes it exciting. It makes it exciting. Everybody gets a unique, one-of-a-kind.
That's the whole thing. It is unique.
Yeah.
Because we sell uniqueness. And never once has a client said, hey, the guy down the road does the same thing. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Man. This one here is on a diorama that's about what? Maybe.
The diorama is about 18 by 14.
Yeah.
I would guess.
It's a HO. And she's gorgeous. Now, I have, in my town of Winston, I have a industrial complex spot. This would look splendid in.
Now, let's talk about dioramas. This kind of diorama here is a flat diorama. So we could do that for a couple $100.
Right.
Depending on the size. This would probably be 100. That's pretty small. This diorama here and this one over here is on a grade.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot more time. So we're talking, a diorama this size is about $350, between $350 and $400 more.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of work to do this. You get the grades and upholster it.
You can see the grading there, folks. This is beautiful color. This is that ghost gray.
Ghost gray.
Tamiya.
And Greek paper.
And then when the alcohol ink hits it, it adds that bluish hue.
It fades it just exactly right.
Yeah, we found that out by accident, a discovery. And this one was already sold, but we can make another one if you decide you want one, folks. Howard, thanks for showing us these. And folks, if you're interested, contact us at alpug1@verizon.net, and we can discuss what you would like to have built, whether it be one of these boys here or whether it be one of these incredible variants. Kind of don't like building prototypes.
No, we don't.
You know,
we can't even spell the word
right. It's best to, you know, these are Howard's designs with, you know, artistic license.
Well, it all falls into my make-believe style of Appalachian Gothic.
Right. And thanks very much, Howard.
Well, thank you, Al.